Good evening. Welcome to the Personnel Committee Budget Meeting. It's October 15, 2025. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Legislator Goldman, would you lead us, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Legislator Athanasio.
Present.
Legislator Goldman.
Present.
Chairman Young.
Present. Thank you. We're going to start off this evening just going over our first agenda item is going to be the Personnel Department. We review the budget for the Personnel Department, so I'd ask Mr. Eldridge, you're out there? There he is.
I heard my name.
This is not the personnel side of your budget, it's the meat and potato side.
That would be the personnel side.
If there's anything that,
Oh, yeah, sure. Any questions?
hi Adrian,
Yep.
Hi.
welcome. If there's anything you'd like to discuss about that.
No, we think we're good with what we have. I presume you're talking about non-employees. So the rest of it, there's some ups and downs here or there, but basically it's an accurate look at our other costs.
Is there anything that you submitted for that you weren't granted?
Not in this side.
Okay. All right, well, we'll get to the other side. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the Personnel Department's budget? All right. We're going to move on to unemployment insurance. I assume that's a Bill Carlin topic. Where is he? I heard him.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Bill, would you please go over the unemployment insurance?
It's an estimate based on what's out there now and what might be there, but as many of you probably know, we're self-insured for unemployment. And depending on the facts and circumstances, it could be up to what, 1 year, Paul? So we have
The unemployment is typically 6 months, but
6 months.
Does anyone have any questions about unemployment insurance? It's rather straightforward.
It is.
Really doesn't.
Goes through the state, we get the bill.
Yes, sir.
I just note that it's gone up from 15,000 to 25.
Yes.
And
And it was a little higher this year. It depends on what happens
this year
with
was
the
46.
individual and the facts and circumstances.
It looks like the actual for 25
Is-
was greater than the actual for 24, so.
Correct. And hopefully that will be falling off and it won't be a recurrence.
And just as background, generally speaking, is unemployment insurance payable due to dismissals and things like that, or other instances? Generally speaking.
generally speaking, for cause, no.
Okay.
But, for other reasons, yes.
Yes.
And it's very much in favor of the employee.
Yes. We've had cases where people left to go to another job, left that other job, and it still gets billed back to us for a certain portion.
Wow.
Yep,
Okay.
that's the law.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Didn't they just increase it also?
What's that?
Didn't the state just
Yes,
increase it?
that's correct.
The last
Yeah.
2 days?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very significant now.
Any other questions about unemployment insurance? Well, the next one is accident and health insurance. That's a big one. Any background you care to give on that, Bill?
Sure. As you know, I was part of a committee, recruitment and retention. We had a presentation a few months ago. This budget funds the health insurance contribution for employees at 17%.
How much of an increase was that?
The increase just on that was about $1 million. It was a lot of money. But that was a commitment that the county executive made to recruitment and retention.
I think that $1 million is money well spent, considering it's going to help with our being able to attract candidates and retain our candidates. So I think that's money well spent. Any questions from the committee about?
Clarification, the 17% is the highest.
The
amount that
highest,
can be-
Right, right. I know there's been discussion, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
That's absolutely correct.
I just have a quick question.
Legislature Birmingham.
I'm just getting used to the new unit system. It seems like if you take a look at line 58061, it says health insurance retirees. Should that say retirees?
Which page are you
For
on?
8 million?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Well, where is the insurance
Well,
for?
there's active, nothing has happened to the retiree portion.
No, I understand, but is this, are current employees in this number as well?
No, the current employees are in all the 58008
Okay, got it.
lines.
Okay, so this page just strictly deals with
Strictly
retirees.
retirees.
Got it, okay. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you. So this doesn't deal with the 17%?
No,
Okay, that's why.
That doesn't apply.
no,
Okay,
no.
17%.
Yes,
They're divvied out in the individual department lines, right?
yeah, yes, that is correct.
All right.
And the retirees are in those two lines that you were looking at.
Does anyone else have any questions about accident or health insurance? Okay. I'm going to start getting to the departments for their personnel items. I'm going to start, I know Sarah at Department of Social Services has a commitment with the county executive tonight, so I'd ask, I'm going to start with DSS to come up first. Just, Michelle, can you just shout out the page numbers for the, I forgot to warn you ahead of time that I was going to ask you that.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies. Welcome. There's no additional chairs?
Wow. Three chairs up there. Three. Okay. Oh.
See where I am.
That's right. Wait a minute. Wrong section.
It's always me getting the chair.
Oops.
I know we're in the 60 range.
53, I think it starts at 5.
Starts at 53? Hold on. We got a lot of employees here. All right, I'm going to let you lead the way, and we'll follow. If you want to give us a little background about what you presented, and if there's anything that you presented or asked for that wasn't given, please let us know.
Okay, so we were very strategic with our asks. We did discuss these multiple times with the county executive, with the personnel office, and with the finance commissioner. So we did get all of our requests granted, either in full or in part. So I don't know where you want to go from here, but every single request of ours was at least half recognized in some way.
You say some were granted to not the full extent. What were those positions?
102 on page 53, that's a partial.
Well, the one on 53 is a split position, so let's,
55, page 55, I'm on.
Can we point out what it's split with? Do you mind? Is it possible?
you should have that in your file. That should be, it should be in a folder.
The split positions are here.
The split position should be in a folder.
It's just hard to follow.
So this is
Thank you.
the disabilities coordinator is split between opiate,
Office for Disabilities and the Mental Health LGU.
Oh, the
40-60 split.
Okay.
a lot of our positions are, you're going to see on two different, maybe sometimes 3 pages, so. Part of the mental health team, we did ask for salary increases for 4 of our team members. We don't have overtime in mental health. We have singular staff working entire departments, so they're not able to take the time off, and when they do, it does disrupt delivery of services, to be honest with you. So we did talk to the county executive about the salary increases for that team.
Okay, this particular employee, what was the request that you asked for that person? Because right now, I see that it looks like it was requested to be 92,432. It says the tentative is 92,432, and then it says proposed salary 95,000. Well,
What page are you on?
I'm on this, the proposed management increases. This is split.
It's on the second page.
Which number?
There's 2 of them. Oh, there's this one and this one.
I think it's on
The
that.
one in your left hand, go to the,
Just saying they're.
the one in the left hand, go to the second page. It's the first one on the second page.
Second page. Second page. One
First-
down from the.
Proposed management
No, the
increases.
first one on the top.
Third line.
10102.
Do you know what number you asked for?
The original request for that position was,
104, 740.
sorry, Chairman,
That's okay. Okay.
so you want us to look at this and not this? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the request here was, what is the difference? Now I got to do numbers.
15,000 across both the Office of Disability Office and the Mental Health LGU. 15,000.
15,000 from the 89,740?
Yes, that's correct.
And he gave you roughly 6,000. Little-
5,260 to bring it up to an even 95.
95. And you're looking for that to go to approximately 105?
104,740.
That was the original request, yes, but I think that it is important to note too that we've been at this table before, we've been talking about mental health services in the county. We have, with your support and the county executive, we have increased services all around. So really, our original request for all of the mental health staff was to acknowledge all of the work that they're doing, but we understand that this is part of the budget process, and we did feel comfortable with our initial request, and we are comfortable with the conversations that have occurred since then
Okay.
with the county executive.
I'd like to ask, I don't know who's going to answer for the administration. Last year, we had the deputy county executive. I don't see him here today. So it's either, and Bill, I don't think you were here for most of it.
I will answer.
All right.
And Paul, too?
Sure. So what's the rationale? Because we've got the salary survey that you guys based a lot of increases out of. And where does this fall on the salary survey?
I think all of the salaries were done in conjunction with the catapult survey. I'll let Paul speak to specifics, but I want to talk a little about the process. I don't know what has happened in the past, but this year, we met with all the departments. We had extensive meetings with the catapult consultant. Paul, myself, were in all the meetings. The county executive, the deputy county executive, and all the departments. And I think it was a great process. I think there was great communication with all the departments. I don't think there are any surprises. If there are, I would be surprised. And all those things were taken into consideration to come up with the recommendation that you have for you tonight. A lot of the requests were granted, some of them were modified, and I'll let Paul get into the greater details of the modification. But I just wanted you to know what the process is, what we did as an administration, and how we got to where we got to.
Well, where does this position fall in the salary study?
And Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, not every position was done in the salary. Correct. Got to keep that in mind, too.
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Well, we use benchmark positions. So those are ones that are more standard across the state and other counties. And then from there, positions that were not benchmark positions, we looked at them vis-a-vis the benchmark positions. And, a number of these, the individuals are relatively new. In this particular position, the person's been there since August of '23. There's, I think, another one that is there probably about the same amount of time. And, the request was for $15,000. So what we did was we took a look at not only where it would fall in terms of its qualifications and the job spec and requirements, but also vis-a-vis any of the other employees that we were looking at to increase or modify. So I think, as I've said in the past, it's more of an art than a science, but we try to do it in a way that's fair to everybody. And you can pick out one and say, this one should be higher or whatever. But the reality is, you have to look at it from many different directions. Number one, you want to see about the length of time the person has worked there, their responsibilities most importantly, but also the impact that it has on everybody else in that department and across the county. You can't really just look at one position, as an isolated, position without looking at all the others. And, the $15,000 we thought was more than appropriate, more than should have been appropriate. And then we evaluated vis-a-vis these other factors.
Okay. Legislator Birmingham.
Yeah, thanks, Paul, for that. That's helpful. I don't see the 15,000.
It's a split position, so
Split
it's two
position.
places.
No, no.
That's what I was trying to show you before.
Right.
It's showing that the request was 92,000, though.
Yeah, my
15,000.
No, that's not 15,000, though. That's, my
So-
point is, you had used a phrase, Sarah, that says your initial request, and then it was modified. Can you talk more about that? Are they the same thing?
I used the wrong term then, yes.
Okay.
Our initial request was what we discussed the entire way,
Okay.
throughout the entire process. And then what we see here is what we discussed with the county executive and what we felt comfortable having in.
Was the 15,000 increase part of your original submission pursuant to the decentralized budget process, or was that prior to that? Chair?
No, good.
Michelle,
Michelle?
if you look on page 53, I think that's the first.
Yep, it's a
The
four,
request is
Yep.
7,389.
on 53? No, I've got the 53, the,
I'm sorry, 53 is 4,994,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And then she's on page 55.
55. Right, those two numbers, 7,385 and 4,924, do not equal $15,000.
If you look at the position number, there's the 3% COLA that's included in the regular position.
Okay.
So the bottom line there, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be standard across all of the personnel sheets, that's going to be in addition to the 3%. that
So
everybody else
that brings us to
has.
15,000?
Yes, yes.
It does, okay, so that's helpful. Where is that 3% in here?
If you look at the regular, if you're looking at page 53,
Mm-hmm.
102, you'll see just in this org, the current salary was 35,896, and that went to 36,973. That's the 3%.
Got it.
So the difference between the two would make up this 15,000.
But when you submitted the 15,000, you didn't know about the 3%.
That's correct.
So it gets back to my original point, or question, not really a point. You didn't know that all managers, the county executive was planning to give all managers 3%. You submitted 15,000, and we're only coming up with 12 and change. I mean, it's a lot of money, I'm not saying it's not, but my point is, I want to make sure that not only your department, but every department that submits a requested budget is reflected here. And Bill and Paul, I'm having trouble getting there, with getting to 15,000. Because it's a good tool for us as legislators to know what our department heads are requesting. And then, of course, the tentative budget goes into the amount that's, provided by the county executive. If we don't know that original number that's requested, we're flying blind.
Yep.
So, and I don't know that's the case. I just want to find out more. Maybe in this case, with the 3%, we got kind of close to 15,000, but they didn't know about the 3%. They requested 15,000, and it's not in here.
3 was in the resulting number that was given to them. The full 15 was not.
Right, so my point is that for this split position, over those two lines, there was a request, their requested budget pursuant to the decentralized budget process requested an aggregate of $15,000, and that's not in here that we have as legislators.
I'm not sure the way that it's actually reflected. I know the 3% was automatically put on all of the lines, and
Right.
the additional amount was evaluated vis-à-vis inclusive of that 3%.
Right, hang on a second, but they didn't request a 3% increase. They requested
They were
15.
unaware of it.
Exactly, my point. They requested $15,000, and then, subsequent to that, the county exec, and, for all managers, went up 3%. So I still don't have an answer. Why don't we see the 15,000?
Well, in the bottom line there is what you're saying, in the bottom piece.
Well, in those,
Rolled
both
up.
of those
Nowhere-
pages, it comes up
nowhere
to
does
about
it say it.
12,000.
Right.
Nowhere does it add up to 15,000.
Right, and I thought I was, to use his phrase again, not using farmer math, but I'm right on this one. We don't have, we need to know, and I'm not saying it's not here, but in this instance, it's not. The department head requested in this aggregate line, these two lines, $15,000 before the 3%. We don't have that, and we need to know what our department, the line managers are requesting.
Well, we can certainly provide that, but you do get.
Whoa, hang on. It's supposed to be provided in this document in front of me on October 5th or whenever it is.
Right.
It wasn't.
It's a charter requirement.
Well, it's a,
That's true, but the 3% added was put there so you would see what the difference is.
put the 3% aside for a second. I don't know, except that they told me, and Paul just confirmed it, we would have no way of knowing that they requested $15,000 for this position. And my next question is this anywhere else in the budget? Bill, you said you could supply us with something. Is there a supplemental?
Yes, everything that was supplied at the original meetings in the original black books. But the only thing we've changed for the requested was adding the 3% COLA for management employees.
But that's not what I'm hearing here, because the $15,000 should have been in both of these lines, in the aggregate, and it's not. And then to throw the 3% on top of that, you say you can get us that information. Is there another set of numbers that we don't have for other positions that, I mean, this is, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but it's significant. I mean, we need to know what our departments are requesting.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think that your department heads in the room right now, this makes us extremely uncomfortable because we are.
I don't mean to put you.
Okay.
No, I just want to say that we put so much time into the requests. So you asked me directly what the request was, I'm going to tell you.
And
But I
this-
think that our staff are also watching us here. And if we're not advocating for them at this platform too, it's very uncomfortable.
This is a critical,
We've
this
been
is,
doing
I'm
all the
familiar
time.
with this position and this employee. This is a critical position in mental health in Putnam County. And you're the commissioner of the department. I think that we owe you the respect to, if that's how you feel, if you feel strongly enough to put that in, I think we owe that to you.
Consideration, absolutely.
Legislator
Say
Crowley.
we're going to give it, but we should know.
We should have-
I'm sorry, Chair.
We should have a
Spoke out of
consideration.
turn.
You and
Sorry?
your employees are watching us.
I spoke
I'm
out of
sorry.
turn.
Wait, no, let me get Legislator Crowley.
So I just want to understand, where did you get the $15,000 basis from when you came up with this? I'm not devaluing anybody, I just want to understand, so when other departments come forward, I ask the same question. What credentials or where did the $15,000 come from? Because it doesn't reflect the survey that we got. So I know you guys work hard.
That position's not in the survey.
No, one at a time, please.
Doesn't reflect the survey, right. I understand that, because it's not in the survey. So I just want to understand where you came up with the $15,000.
Sure, we've talked to a lot of our surrounding counties. Other counties have entire departments devoted to the disability population. We took 2 part-time positions and made it 1 full-time. With the expansion of services in the county, with the education, and with the increase in everything. So this person is just taking on a lot more. Really, it was the comparison to our surrounding counties, and we wanted to bring that salary to compete with other counties, because quite frankly, I'm concerned that we're going to be losing staff in certain positions because of that. That's why. And because this position was not included in the, what's it called? Catapult. I didn't have any tangible backup
Okay.
to support
In the
it.
other counties, you spoke to Duchess, Orange,
Yeah.
what were they, I know you said whole departments, but what were somebody in management making in Duchess, Orange? Can you
We
elaborate
didn't
on that?
focus
Just-
on the management piece, we focused on what this person is doing specifically here. So we're set up differently, so in other counties, Westchester, Dutchess, you have the supervisor and you have workers and staff underneath that person. Our office is doing all of it, so it's hard to say the person should be at a coordinator, supervisor, whatever, because she's doing all of it. Her title is coordinator, so we took that and compared it to other counties.
Okay, and then you assessed that with the time on, and that's where you came up with the 15,000. Okay, I just want to understand.
Legislator Montgomery first, and then Legislator Elner.
I wanted to say likewise that your employees are watching us too, and, the county executive has his time with you, and he sets the 3%. We don't have an opportunity to do that, and therefore I feel like we kind of need to know what's requested from each department, so that we know how to advocate for you or not.
Yeah. And to be fair, the administration has months to go through this. We have until 11 o'clock tonight to get through this. So, Greg, you had something?
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, a couple of things which, for me, they're not jiving, okay? We just established that this position was not in the survey. However, the rationale given says reduce this particular position per catapult supported. So
No.
is this a pro forma? And the other thing is, I just added up what the requested was from the 2 pages, and then I added the 3%, and I'm thousands below the 15,000, so it,
Not 1,000, no. Well, you're 9,000 below.
12,682 versus 15,000.
No,
When I
it's-
add
it's
the
right
two
here.
requested,
I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to make a motion to grant the requested number of $104,740. Do I have a second?
Second.
Can I make a comment? Is that allowed?
Sure.
The numbers that were submitted by the departments were numbers without knowledge of the 3%. So the 3% became a factor when we were doing it.
It's within, right, it's
Right.
part of that, and that's,
The other thing is this, we didn't just look at a couple of counties around us. We looked at the catapult survey studied 7 counties.
but the catapult, this position is not part of that.
But the ones that were the benchmark positions, the other positions are evaluated against them based upon the description, the qualifications, and so forth. If you take and pull something like this and just take this one position and say, hey, you know, it wasn't in the catapult survey, they asked for 15,000, they checked with a couple of counties around. It's not the analysis that was done by Catapult or by the county and our whole process. You have to also look at all of them interrelated with all the other positions. Not everybody got everything that they asked for. I didn't get something that I asked for.
Right.
You know, you had asked me that before. And so I go back and forth with the county executive, what's the priorities and so forth. And, you know, when you pick one position out of a department and you isolate it and say, well, they asked for 15, they only got 9 or 12, whatever it was, it doesn't look at all of the other actions that it had with all the other positions around the county. I'll give you an example from last year. It was a position they requested $127,000. The person was at 120, was at 108. When you reviewed it, isolated by itself, you know, you may say that might be appropriate, might not be appropriate, but when it was compared with the other positions with the same title and how the number of years of experience and so forth, we put it in at 122. But you looking at it isolated, you added the 5,000 to bring it up to 127. It threw off all of the other positions that we had, not only in that particular area, but across the board. And so it's very hard to just pick one out or pick a couple out, isolated, and say, hey, the department head didn't get what they asked for. But to do this properly, you've got to look at it as it relates to the positions in the department.
Then we don't need the legislature.
I'm sorry?
Then we don't need the legislature.
Oh, we can.
We don't collaborate with the administration. The administration sends this down, this is now in our lap. Okay, I'm familiar with the department, the employee and the responsibilities of the employee. So that's, our job is to review and make changes where necessary. Not everyone's going to get what they're looking for. But in this case, we have a motion, we have a second, and I'm going to ask for a roll call vote, please.
Legislator Adenizio?
Yes.
Legislator Goldman?
No, and the reason being is, for the first time out here, we're opening up a ball of worms here. We have multiple employees, and we can't do this for the first time out. Just like Paul Earls just said, you're screwing up the whole process by doing this. So I'm not comfortable with this. The commissioner is comfortable with what's proposed, and I can't support that. And neither should you. You're going crazy with this.
Well, this will come to a full vote also. You can make a decision now.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, this is
Just so everybody knows,
this is
it's
just
gonna
coming
go-
out of committee.
This is coming out of committee. It doesn't mean that this is going through. This
Yes,
will
sir.
come to a full vote.
I totally understand that.
Could I, just a general question, Paul, has nothing to do with this particular position or even the study, but I want to get back to my original concern, and I hope this is the first one we're looking at, and it appears that something, that a department head requested a number that was part of our budget process. And that number, in my experience, going back almost over 30 years, has always appeared in the budget book. And if this is a foot fault, if this one got by the goalie, great. And I want to find the benign answer here, because I don't think this happened. We should see each request from the department head here, and again, this is the first one, so maybe this is an outlier.
Each department request was put in July.
Yep.
And and was at the meetings, which everybody was invited to and Michelle attended.
Yeah.
And what the only change is, when we came up with the management COLA, we added the 3%. So if you add the 3% in line 102 and 102, from current salary to requested, and then you add the difference, that equals $15,000.
Right, it's that difference, though, that should be the $15,000.
And the reason we did that, because if you were going to make changes, we figured you would not want to change the COLA.
But, Bill, come on.
Not really.
Bill,
Listen to the commissioner.
do I have the floor?
Wow.
You do.
Thank you. It is, we've always seen, when I was down, we worked together with Bob Bondi, we always put the requested amount, despite, even when we had layoffs, we always put the requested amount in there. And so we always took the position that the legislature should
But I've had
see.
years where I've done the budget, putting the 3% in there, so the requested matches in case there was a change. I've seen where the COLA gets wiped out too, and that was never the intention.
So what the effect of that is in this particular position, they don't.
In this,
they
it
don't-
reflects it.
Right, but what do we do, what do we do in
$15,000
the,
ask.
there's three managers in the LGU section of this department. They all went up 3%. My question, did all of those managers, were those numbers, I'm in the LGU, look at 10, 10, 10, or 10, 101.
Yes.
We can mention amounts, not names. $66,000 this year,
Right.
and is their current salary. Next year's salary is 3% more than that. I did the math.
Yes.
Was that person, that position requested to be $66,000? Did you put in a request for $66,000 for that 101?
Right, because they
You
put
did.
in the management request without the COLA.
Okay, but that wasn't, so
And
what you're saying is,
what the request was without the COLA, just look one column over to the left.
we can't do that in this position, the one we're talking about now, because we don't have the requested number. We have something less than that, not in the 1010 one, but the one they just voted on. We can't do that, Bill, that's my point. We can't look at the column left over, because I didn't know they asked for $15,000 for that position. That's my point. In the 1010 one, apparently they did. Great, that one isn't wrong. Again, if this one got by the goalie, I'm okay with that, mistakes happen.
No, it didn't, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, well, then that's worse then. Then that's worse then, because,
But
I
let's
disagree. I thought I
continue
did.
on
All right,
and see.
well-
So, and we do have a time constraint here. I'm trying to respect the commissioner.
Come on, we gotta know what it says.
No, I get your point, and that was the stuff that came in July. I thought it would be better
You
to
changed
add
it.
it
Well-
to the COLA to it, because if you wanted to change the difference, it would be easier to see.
Let's see how things progress throughout the budget. I do want to get through this department
I'm sorry.
quickly. I'm sorry. You have the floor. You don't want it?
That's a good response.
We opened a ball of worms.
No, I just think it's just uncomfortable for us, so I just need to,
You shouldn't be uncomfortable.
What am I talking about?
You're talking about the people who work for you, and you're going to bat for them, so you shouldn't feel uncomfortable.
Who do we want to talk about?
What's the next position?
Page 53, page 54.
Are we still on 53?
There was just the one person on.
Okay. So we'll go to 54, right?
54?
I think so, we should just do that.
Page 54.
Okay, which position?
Is it 54 or 64?
54.
Yes, 3102.
Again, part of the mental health team, so it was the same.
Which of, I see two people here.
102.
102, okay.
So this was a partial fulfillment as well.
Yep.
What was the request on that one?
where 5,000 was awarded or granted in the tentative.
So the adopted, the 25 salary was 94,697, and you requested 104,697?
Yes, that's right, yes.
That's not here.
If you see the 97,539 plus the 7,389, that'll get you to the 104,697.
Okay, all right. So of that,
Where's the 97?
it's in 26
Okay, so-
requested.
So it's, okay, instead of saying what the ask was, we have to add these in, and that's the $5,000 difference. Not very
And
transparent.
tell me about this employee. I'm familiar with this employee too. But give us a little background of this employee and why you felt strongly.
Again, so for the rest of the mental health team, it is a standalone position. There's no overtime. They're working often close to between 50 and 60 hours a week. I don't know how much more I can go into without identifying the person.
This person's been here for almost 10 years.
Okay. Any questions about this employee? Dan?
Again, if you take a look at the 2026 requested budget, the proposed salary increase, you're telling me should have said $10,000. It says $7,389.
Because the difference, they rolled up into that
That's the-
bottom line for the COLA,
The COLA.
3%, right?
But did you request in July, where it says 7389? Oh, you didn't, okay.
We requested 10.
You did.
So they took
And
the,
10 is reflected in that, it's just in the two lines.
Oh, is this a split position as well?
no.
No.
This is
But
just,
it's just. in
No,
the
this
two
one's
lines.
clearer, this one is clearer. Okay.
So,
It's a lot clearer without the split.
Without the split.
okay, so
that's
this one is
correct.
not split.
No, it's not.
No,
So,
it's a straight line.
so,
Yeah.
Bill, I've been gone for a while, I get it, but, and I'm not picking on you, I'm really not.
I've been
We've
gone
known
for a
you-
while, too.
I know, well, not as long as I've been gone. I always remember that 7389 number should say 10,000 to let the legislature know that the department had requested 10,000. That's the way it's always been done.
No, not in a lot of the budgets I did, we reflected the COLA because we had problems, again, where people didn't like the change, they took out the change, and they took out the COLA too, and we ended up having to put the COLA back. That's why it's done like this.
Would you agree, though, that if you were sitting in my shoes, standing in my shoes,
In the bowl of worms.
in the bowl of worms, or whatever it is, would you agree that if we're to make a decision, I want to know that a department had asked for $10,000? If it said $10,000 there, and then to the line to the right of it says 2389, I'm good with that. Yeah, you obviously didn't give them 10,000. You went down to what the COLA is. But we always knew what the requested from the department head is here, and we don't know that now. We have to figure it out. Now, the 10101 position, we were just told that it was no increase, no requested increase, and it was just the 3%. I'm comparing apples and oranges here, Bill. I don't know which one you've done the 3% COLA with.
But this is the way they've done this budget, and we're going to have to,
Always? Is it?
no, but I don't know about always, but this is the way it's done tonight, so we're going to have to figure out line by line, employee by employee.
Right.
We're not getting another report tonight.
Over 3%.
Anything what?
Anything in the adjustment is over 3%. That's the bottom line. And because there are people, you want to see what you want to see. I've had other people who say to me, just tell me what's over the
Right,
management COLA.
but the reason we have a decentralized budget process is so that we, as policymakers and decision makers, get to know what our department heads requested. And I don't know that for the second time tonight, unless I was told.
Legislator Goldman.
It's not the way it's been done.
Thank you. The commissioner said he's been doing it like this for as long as you've been here.
No, he didn't say that.
What did you say?
Never since I've been here.
For how long?
I would have to look at all the past budgets, but I thought this would be the best way to show it.
How long were you the commissioner in this position?
30-something years.
30-something years. Thank you very much.
They never did it like this.
We're going to fight our way through this. Any other comments? I'm sorry, we're not going to get a new report today. You can complain about every single one of these. I'm happy to let you go on it. I know, but it's,
We're flying blind.
I hear you. Yes, sir.
To amplify the flying blind, we are supposed to get written rationale why the department head's ask is different from what the county executive's tentative is. I'm looking for this employee number. I cannot find it. So if someone please help me, I cannot find it in the variance report or even this brief where where basically the reasons given catapult
In this
supported
instance,
next year.
I'm going to make a motion to grant the request to $104,928. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, roll call vote.
Legislator Adamino?
Yes.
Legislator Schumann?
No, I have a point of order. I appeal the ruling of the chair right here.
I made a motion. I didn't make a ruling.
No, well, I'm appealing your motion. Can we ask our legislative council what to do here?
Amend it.
I'm appealing this.
If there's an appeal, there would be a vote.
You have to amend it. Sorry. I'll amend his motion if you want.
Repeat that, please.
You could just amend it.
Can amend it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go back to the original paper.
Is there a second? Seeing no second, I'd like to go back to the original motion, bring it to $104,928. Do I have a second?
Second.
You don't
Roll call
need- You don't need a second for an appeal, is that correct?
That's correct, it's not a motion, an appeal is.
Okay, all right, so roll call vote, please.
Legislator Adamino?
Yes.
Legislator Goulart?
No.
Yes.
On an
Thank you.
appeal of the-
Point of order. The chairman doesn't get to vote on that.
That's correct.
Chairman doesn't get a vote. Motion fails.
It doesn't pass.
What's the basis of the appeal, Heather?
This is the puppet show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the puppet show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the puppet show.
We've been here for 48 minutes, and
Okay.
we've gone through two people.
I can offer a little-
You're the chair of the...
Like, if I can offer a little, if you want some parliamentary, not legal advice, but some
We have
parliamentary advice.
legislative counsel.
Well, yeah, I'm going to agree with her.
Legislator Birmingham has the floor.
And I agree with her. If there's a motion to appeal the chairman does not vote, and a tie vote means you proceed to the status quo ante, which means you go back to the way it was, the status quo. So because it was 1-1-1, the motion to challenge the ruling of the chair, I would think, failed, and now you're back into regular motions.
And if we continue...
And I'll defer, is that
I'm
okay?
going to continue to appeal, so let's stop this.
Can't appeal without the floor. Chairman has the discretion to choose who has the floor, and they can revoke the floor from any member at any
This is a
time.
circus.
Let's move on. Did you take a vote on that, Chairman? On the
We took a vote, and
We're back to status quo,
apparently
right?
it didn't pass. Legislator Goulman's going to block
Every
any
vote.
attempt we make to try to assist a commissioner who's given me enough reason, and I feel that there's enough reason to grant this request, so I don't really know where to go from here.
Well, you're
Move
free
on.
to make a motion and increase it, or decrease it, or do whatever. You're back to where...
He just said he's going to appeal every motion I make.
Then you have to go through that. If he wants to do that, then you have to go through each vote each time. And if he gets, you can't vote, if he gets the other committee member to agree with him, then yes, you're ruling. You're really not making a ruling, you're making a motion.
Through the chair, can we bring this up in Budget and Finance? Why can't we do this in
Check
Budget and
with
Finance?
the council.
We don't have to do it this evening. Anything that we want, any changes can be brought to the next meeting in Budget and Finance, correct? I'm asking you, Heather? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so we have no problem. So we can bring it up at Budget and Finance.
Absolutely.
No?
Numbers change at Budget and Finance, as far as appealing the ruling of the chair.
What do you mean? The
Well,
number?
if he can't
You have a
vote, it's
majority.
4-4.
I
You take it for granted it's going to be a 4-4 vote?
Well, I'm saying we're here to do work. If there's committee members that want to make a motion, they shouldn't be dissuaded from making that motion because because Bill is going to be, according to his testimony, or according to what he's saying, is going to be blocking, or bringing that up each time. I mean, just go ahead and
You
go
take
through
it, you take it for granted it's going to be a 4-4 vote. Why would you do that?
Don't have to recognize it. You'd have to give him.
My advice would be, let's
Well,
review
then
the
that-
work, let's work.
That's the vote of the legislature. If that's how it goes, there's nothing we can do about it. We just try our hardest, right? To do the right thing. So,
yeah.
okay, so we can move on and we can bring this up. Oh,
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Would it be helpful to have in front of you and in front of us the original requests from each department right
yes,
now?
but we can't get it tonight.
We can get it tonight. Why can't we get it tonight? We all have computers, there's a copier right there. We have phones, it can be sent to us right now.
It doesn't really matter, even if we got their requested, and we felt that the department head was in the right. We have a member of the committee who's going to appeal the vote, and we're not going to get anything done.
No, you can. You've got, take for example, the vote you just had. I'm not going to presume how you're going to vote, Tony, but if Tony voted, like, let's take the last vote. The two of you voted to
Right.
increase it. If Bill had appealed that one, most likely, I would think, I'm not going to presume how you would have voted in that appeal. I'm putting quotes around that because you're not making a ruling, you're making a motion. I'm not sure motions, unless they're out of order, I'm not sure motions can be appealed. But anyway, you guys, you're a sitting committee, there's three of you, we operate through the committee system. I'm not going to go along with every increase, but if, or decrease. But if you can operate tonight and do what you want. And if it gets slowed down because of dilatory tactics, it gets slowed down. We were here till 11 o'clock last night.
That's right, we might be tonight, too.
So what,
So if you make a motion to increase that line, and you're saying,
above what I just,
Increase.
above what I just proposed?
Separate, doing a separate motion.
Is that what you're suggesting, Dan?
No, I'm suggesting you're free to, I'm not.
whatever motion you make.
Whatever, you are able to, I'm just giving you a 1 out of 9. There's no reason you can't make a motion. No one legislator can stop you from making a motion.
Well, then I'll make a motion to increase the salary to $104,928. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call vote.
Legislator Adnesio?
yes.
Legislator Putnam?
No, and I appeal that?
Chairman Matthews?
Yes.
Right.
Easy.
Counsel, what happened in this situation?
The motion passed because it was they
Majority.
did a motion, there was a majority vote, so the motion passes. If he were to make a ruling on something, you can appeal
You can
his ruling.
You can appeal what they just did. You'd have to
No.
appeal. You
They
can't,
just did.
they could, can't,
He
he,
appealed it by voting against it.
right, and he can appeal, he appealed the original motion.
Sorry about this.
She was,
This, 9 years, I've never experienced anything like this.
neither have I.
He appealed the motion.
Please carry on.
Oh.
The next employee. I know you're under the gun here.
CRT, where is that under?
Okay.
I didn't realize he used.
55 now?
50.
Which one is it? What's the number?
103. It is on page 56.
Okay?
You may have skipped page 55, believe 101.
Okay. So it looks like it came in about $5,000 short of what you proposed?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
So the request was for 10, and the tentative was 5.
Any discussion from the committee?
This was also a 100% reimbursable, utilizing opiate abatement money.
Perfect.
Very good.
Any discussion from the legislature?
Just, I'll point out, same thing, and I'll let it go, and I won't do this on everyone, I promise.
It's not here.
It's not here, the 10,000 isn't here.
Yep. Well, I'm going to make a motion to add the 5,000 to that line. Do I have a second?
Second,
Mr. Chairman, are you adding 5,000 to what line?
I'm increasing the 2026 tentative by $5,000.
Okay.
I was using my phone for that.
It came up $5,000 short of the request.
It came up $7,620 short of the request.
No, because you have to,
No. No,
you want to just stick, that's why we did it this way.
I got it.
You have to change.
The two numbers are vary by 5,000. I figured it out now. The third one I figured out. Once again, I'm going to add, that's the motion. We have a second roll call vote.
Legislator Adenizio?
Yes.
Legislator Sandman?
No, I have a question for council.
Finish the roll call vote, please.
Trevino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
I have a
You have,
question.
Bill has a question for
There is-
council.
In order to stop this foolishness from going on for the next multiple hours, what can be done? Do I have to do a ruling?
Adjourn the
You're
meeting.
laughing.
Make a motion to
But
adjourn
why
the
is this,
meeting.
why is this foolish? We're going to go, this is going to go to a full vote anyway. You'll have the opportunity to vote again.
Repeat that?
Just a committee, so this is
Right.
going to ultimately go to a full vote.
Absolutely.
So it's.
So we're going to increase everyone's salary. Thank
You
you.
have the choice, you have the
not.
chance, you can vote at the full, how you want to vote.
Yep. Okay, anything else out of DSS?
There's two more.
Okay, bring them on.
0102,
Page 57.
Yes.
this is a grant position that will be funded through the end of June 2026. We need to pick up funding on 7/1/26. Proposed local, I don't know.
Okay. This also came in $5,000 short.
Yes, so same as the
Discussion?
prior roll.
What's the next one?
Any discussion on this?
I just have a question.
Yes.
If I may, this is funded by a grant that will end, the grant will end at the end of 2026?
It actually just ended, it's going to end at the end of this month, but we were able to extend it.
Okay, you were able to extend the grant.
We asked for them to extend the period of time we could utilize, spend the money.
Okay. And this isn't through opioid abatement money? I'm just hopeful that we can extend it after 2026 and what the plans are to extend it after that if we don't get the grant, or can we apply for the grant again in 2026?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be available, but yes, we are
Can you
absolutely-
just describe quickly what this position does? Because this is
This
a
is the
special,
responder team. It's a mental health worker embedded in the sheriff's office. It's the CRT.
So it's a critical, as I've said before, it's our sheriffs who are the first on the scene often in a mental health crisis, and this is the response that shows up that,
this is a great program. It's a great program that DSS is working with the sheriff's office with, and it's critical. Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's a co-response team. They come in, they work with a deputy, they come in plain clothes, deal with a lot of our persons in crisis, and I've been asking for the past year when that grant was going to run out to make sure that we had it covered and that position was going to be taken care of. So glad to see we're able to extend it. That person is very instrumental in our county, so thank you.
But that's still 5,000 short on that one,
Yep.
right?
Any other discussion?
just, I'll be here next year, and I'd be happy to support it in any way we can.
Thank you. I'm going to make a motion to increase that funding for that line by $5,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Adenizio?
Yes.
Legislator Bullman?
No.
Yes. Thank you. On to the next one.
Page
Page 60.
15.
Chair, when you make the votes, can you just clarify what page and the line?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Do you want me to go back and give you?
No, I think we're good until now, but if you could just.
Will do. Will do. I'll be clear, yes.
Through the chair, just to answer the question, just to make sure the procedure is clear, is that your rulings can be appealed, a motion cannot. However, should any member want to move for reconsideration or have some other point made that they think you may not have considered, they can make a motion for reconsideration of your ruling, not an appeal.
Thank you. So page 60?
Yes. The management salary adjustment, the third line from the bottom relates to position 101.
Yes.
That was a $15,000 ask, where 10,000 was put into the tentative.
Okay, and the 10,000 included the COLA?
Yes.
The COLA is in the first line of 101. It's rolled up into that 122,342. So that's where you'll see the difference between the 118 and the 122. That represents the 3%.
Okay, so
The same.
it's exactly $5,000 short?
Yes.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Maybe you can just clarify and describe the position and the work that this employee does.
We had a successful union negotiation and a new contract this year, and my services staff benefited from that, including increased stipends for on-call that we cover 24/7. With the increase in stipends that staff members will get for on-call, we had to take a look at the people that supervise those workers now. And this is our attempt to try to make that position higher than people that they supervise.
Understood. Any other discussion? Okay, so that is line 2101 on page 60.
That's the top one,
It's
first
the
one.
first line. I'm going to make a motion to increase that line by $5,000.
Second,
Roll call vote, please.
yes.
No.
Yes. Thank you. Anything else?
Last one?
There was one more.
It's toward the back.
0112, what page is that?
83.
Did you say page 83?
Youth Bureau.
Yes.
83.
And it's the bottom line there. the
112.
112.
Okay. Deputy Youth Director?
Yes, so the ask for this one was 15,000, where 4,800 was put into the tentative, bringing the new salary to 87,000.
Again, it's a matter of increasing supervisors to,
So what was your proposed number, which we don't have?
Plus 15,000.
So the number would be
97,200.
90, thank you. Any discussion on this? These are management positions. Yes, sir.
Real quick, I'm just going to channel my colleague Dan Birmingham. It doesn't appear.
Any other discussion? We already know that. I'm going to make a motion. So this is line 1112 on page 83. A motion to bring that salary to $97,200. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Advisio?
yes.
Legislator Blumen?
No, for the same reasons.
Chairman Yancey?
Yes. Thank you.
we talk about the ones that, do you want to know?
We can talk about anything you want.
The fully granted new
The
positions.
the
Yes.
fully granted, we have 2 new positions
Yes.
in daycare. So we can just talk briefly about the daycare positions. Nicole, do you want to talk about that?
Flip a page?
Historically, we've,
Page 60.
Thank you.
historically, we've contracted with the Child Care Council of Putnam and Dutchess. We're ending that contract at the end of the year. So we requested 2 full-time positions to work in-county, in-house, as part of the department,
to help with the subsidized daycare, and then approved by the administration.
So these two new positions.
Two new positions, we put out an RFP, we got one bid, and it was not appropriate, we went through the process, they wouldn't be on site, they didn't know the OCFS standards, they didn't know the operating systems, so that wasn't an option. So these are two full-time employees.
Okay, and what was your proposal?
That was our proposal.
That was it?
Yes.
Okay.
So those were,
It was granted.
So you're going to be filling these hopefully soon?
Yes.
it's a New York State mandate, so as of 1/1, we should have somebody in that new role. So if you look into our budget, you'll see the contract line went down by 87,000 to offset part of this.
Okay, a good part of this.
Yes.
And if I could, so just to clarify, you did request the 55,349 for each position.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
The positions were determined by personnel, too. We were
Any comments on these? Anything else?
Those were the only two new positions that we proposed that were
Okay.
granted.
Reclass.
The
The
rest-
rest were reclass.
Okay,
Upgrades or,
okay. And you're satisfied with those?
yes.
They went through the process through personnel? Okay, and they were in the budget, they were budgeted?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are in here, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for helping us.
I'm going to try and do,
The first.
now I'm going to try and do the easier departments first. I see we have
They're all easy.
Trish from Real Property. We'll get you in. I think you waited around a long time last night, so we'll get you in and out of here. You had a new position this year, right?
Yes, a part-time.
You just got,
So I'm
Michelle
gonna,
Jessica.
Thank
Page
you.
8. Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm going to just read a little something to give you a little background, and then we can go from there. You can ask me any questions. In the first week of November last year, my former front office employee left abruptly, and we had to do something. This position answers all incoming consumer phone calls, receives walk-ins, receives the many weekly deeds generated from all of our townships from the county clerk's office for processing. This occurrence was 1 week before this office typically receives our 6 towns' databases for the county town billing process. In our scramble to find someone to sit up front until we could get past our county town bill cycle of processing and printing, which would consume our office for the remainder of that November and all of December right up until Christmas Eve, we reached out to a former part-time employee in hopes that she might come back and jump in to offer us a lifeline during this very critical time, a lifeline to our real property office and to the county as well, as tax billing must go out. This employee answered the call, jumped right in to help, and seamlessly started processing deeds like she never left. In the meantime, I also had to begin the process of finding a replacement for our front office position, as the person who came and filled in was interested in only part-time work. All of this while, in our busiest time of the year, bill processing and Christmas fast approaching. I began canvassing for candidates, sending letters and conducting interviews. I was able to find a wonderful candidate who I filled the front office position with, our current senior office assistant. At this time, my real property tax service assistant and myself are knee-deep in bill processing and would not have the time to train this new addition to the office. This clerk, again, jumped in and began training our new senior office assistant, but with skills that this office has never seen before. Our clerk has the unique background of being a title searcher, which gives her knowledge of properties that our office would never have, as well as a deeper knowledge of researching properties, histories, and descriptions. This office at one time did verify all deed property descriptions, the Schedule A. However, somewhere along the line, this got dropped from the front office job description. This is once again being done now by our office. As our new office assistant trained, and property owners, assessors' offices, and other county departments reached out to our office for help with priority property inquiries, it was becoming clear that our clerk is an expert in property research and is in her element in our office. I do not want to lose her. In conjunction with the personnel office and the finance department, I was able to secure funds from our former employee's excess salary over what the replacement makes, which was already budgeted in my 2025 budget, and use these funds to extend our clerk through 2025. Our clerk continues to help our local town assessors and county departments with property research issues. She is helping tweak the new Beacon search engine that I brought in for our department from Schneider Geospatial, which has saved us money, by the way. And she and our office assistant have emerged into a great front-end team. Doing proper deed description verification is more time-consuming, but it is allowing any property incorrections or problems to end in our office. Tax maps are getting corrected and are becoming much more accurate now. During the past few months, our clerk took the clerk test to become permanent part-time, and we were able to secure her as our real property's permanent part-time clerk. She currently works 20 hours a week, and we are asking for her position to go into our permanent personnel line as a part-time clerk with 25 hours per week. We have found our clerk to be an invaluable addition to our office, and I am sure that many of our county departments and our assessors' offices would all agree. One other additional thing I'd like to mention is that many of you may remember how I came in 2023, and it was quite crazy. I didn't have anybody to train me. It was not a good scene. So now my real property tax assistant, who is really my right-hand person, she is going to be probably retiring in the next 2 years. So now that's someone that I rely on incredibly. And I have a new person up front. So I'm very nervous. And so thinking about that, I've had my clerk come in who's phenomenal. She is a rock star. And she is enabling, the office atmosphere is just wonderful, and now I think my real property tax assistant may stay a little longer, but at some point she may choose to go, if it's possible. I have to, get this all squared away, but she might look to go part-time. And if that's the case, I'm going to then start training my front girl, the new one, to take over her full-time tax assistant position, and then that one can go part-time to the front, and with the other clerk I have now part-time, and I may just go down to 3 full-time positions. But for right now, I really need to keep her as my part-time. She's invaluable to me. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, your part-time employee certainly has experience, and she's amazing. And it's interesting, when I first started working back in the town of Carmel, we dealt with real property. There had to have been 8 or 9 employees in that office back then. There was a different world. All the computers were in that office. We didn't have computers in the assessor's office. You guys are doing a great job, and I like the way you have everything kind of planned out for the future.
I have to.
So does anybody have any discussion or any comments?
Does she play guitar?
I don't think so, but I
she's a
think
rock
she
star.
sings. No, she's
a rock
pretty
star.
close.
right, well-
She's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody good? All right, thank you very much,
Thanks.
everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. I see we have our historian, Jennifer.
Hiding in the corner.
What page? Okay.
I'm hoping you're one of the easy ones.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Jennifer Cassidy, the county
Welcome,
historian.
Jennifer. Michelle, do you have a page on this one?
85.
85, the back. You have anything you want to go over, personnel-wise?
Well, this was a surprise to me. I did not know about the catapult survey.
Yes.
I was not part of it, and so I was told after the fact.
Okay. Is there anything that you wanted to discuss with us or propose to us?
Well, I had had discussions with the county executive in the past about satisfaction, demand, things like that. But it probably wouldn't be fair of me to continue in this conversation because I don't believe I would have followed the right protocol to request a change in my position as a department head. So this, I'm not sure I agree with this proposed change in hours. I'm a part-time employee, I don't get benefits, and an additional, right now I work 25 hours, an additional 5 hours, upping me to 30 hours a week, would preclude me from being able to get another part-time job to kind of make ends meet. And if I'm not being moved full-time, I may have to consider my choices. So.
Is Mr. Eldridge, is he here?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Just a point of order. I think we might need to go into executive session to discuss, I'll defer to Paul. Okay.
All right, I'm going to make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Why don't we do this at the end, because we've got to have these people wait all day.
I just, it sounds, we're talking about a person as opposed to a position. But you haven't voted yet.
We are in executive session,
No.
right? We just,
He didn't vote.
you vote, but we have two votes.
Bill should still,
gotta vote.
yes or no, or abstain.
Yeah, but I prefer to do it at the end. Because we have all these department heads.
We'll get through this quickly. Get through this as quickly. Aye. No action was taken in executive session. So Jennifer, we understand where you're coming from, and we'll regroup at the Budget and Finance meeting.
Great.
So thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hopefully, there's no more surprises. I see the ladies from the DA's office. Would you guys come up?
Page, how come I don't have the
This
page?
is at the beginning.
How come I don't have page numbers?
Thank you for your email.
This is page 2. Welcome, ladies. Want to, just a brief overview. I got your email today, so it sounds like I called up the right group.
Yeah. So one request that our office had this year was for an additional assistant district attorney. That request was approved by the county executive, and then we had come to an agreement on salary increases for 4 additional assistant district attorney positions that are included in the budget proposal. So there was no specific request made. We just agreed with the recommendations from the Catapult consulting results. So we are essentially in agreement with the proposed budget from the county executive.
Okay, we spent a lot of time over the last few years trying to get things right in the DA's office.
Yes.
Still doing all right?
Yes, and
Happy to hear that.
just so everyone's aware, for transparency purposes, these increases, as well as the new attorney position, are entirely funded by grant funds. So again, it's no cost to the county. The aid to prosecution grant, as well as the discovery grant, we will be receiving again this year, and will fund entirely all of the requested increases from our office. And that includes FICA on these salary adjustments, as well as any new furniture that we would need for the new assistant.
Okay. Legislator Crowley.
Number one, thank you for continuing to write that grant. Is it something that we're going to continue to keep getting in the foreseeable future?
God willing.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, they can roll back the cashless bail, right? They can always do
One
that.
step at a time.
Any other discussion?
Then we won't get those grants.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I see we have Board of Elections.
Wow.
These are, by the way, these are guesses that you guys are going to be easy.
Page 18.
Page 8.
18.
Oh, 18. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
Commissioners.
Again.
So we basically got everything that we asked for and didn't ask for.
And didn't ask for.
Didn't ask for, which I think was a result of the Catapult study.
Those are your salaries.
Yes. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So no complaints?
No complaints.
No.
Okay. Any discussion? Anybody have any questions? You guys are doing a great job, have a lot of work, and doing a good job.
2-page ballots? No.
No 2-page ballots. We don't want to hear that.
Well.
It's like a CVS receipt.
So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good
Ladies.
night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night. What else is easy out there? Carl, I see you're back there. Come on up. Come on. We're going to go with the smaller departments
The price is
first.
right.
What page is this?
73?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Carl. Welcome again.
Yes. So good to see you all again.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, never.
We're happy to see you.
So we have, it looks like a proposed 30-hour position.
Part-time service officer, yes. And the minimum 30 hours to be, for service officer to be certified by the VA, they have to work a minimum of 30 hours. What was that? Paul, was that 30 or 35? 30.
30 hours.
30 hours. If they work less than that, then we can't have them certified. So that's why we went for the.
You're satisfied with your
Yeah.
request and
Great, yeah, we need the extra help. I don't think at this point we really need a full-timer, but if we have somebody that's trained, they can always be moved into full-time should we need it.
Okay.
We just do need the extra help right now.
Okay. Any discussion or questions? You guys do a valuable service to our veterans here in Putnam County, and we're very thankful for everything your department does, Carl, and your leadership. Really, it's important, and we're grateful.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Carl.
that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
I appreciate the sincerity of it, too. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks, Carl. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Jimmy, you're here for the clerk's office?
Sure.
I just don't want to get to the sheriff and the health department and emergency services.
Doing the easy ones.
Clerk's
You
office.
want, Bill, you're okay waiting? Page 9 for the clerk's
Bigger
office.
than you, Paul.
Yes, sir.
We have no concerns with with what was submitted in the budget. We're just here to answer any questions if you guys have anything relative to personnel for clerk, DMV, and records.
So page 9, 10.
Okay. So
11.
you're satisfied that there are a couple salary adjustments? I assume those came about through the catapult survey?
Correct.
Okay. Any questions or discussion with the county clerk's office? You're free to go.
Okay.
Get an enhanced ID.
The public, that's all the public has.
Thanks.
Bye, Jimmy.
All right. Emergency services, Bob Lipton's leaving us, so
Your last,
we should make you wait till the end.
But you wanted an easy department to go. This is an easy one.
35, it's short.
35. Let's see how easy it's going to be.
So I can bring you right to the bottom line.
Yes.
On
Bottom
this
line.
position, my goal was to get us,
Oh, page 30, you're on page 37.
30, I was on 35.
Okay, 37, yep.
37, okay.
EMS.
yeah. So my goal for this position was to get this position to 72,000. I got there. I don't want to get into the whole argument how we got there. You guys discussed it all before. I'm very happy with getting to where we got.
So you put in a request,
Correct.
your request was granted, and this is the number.
Well, we had requested 8,000. How they got to that 8,000, you guys know the story. It's the same story you went through earlier this evening. I was just looking to get this position to 72,000. We got there. I'm happy with
Okay.
that.
Any discussion, any questions? All right, you were easy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. I see, Mr. Cherico, you're here for the law department. Tell me this is going to be an easy one.
Oh, yeah.
You're a lawyer. You can tell me anything I want to hear.
Optimistically.
Page 12.
Page 12. 12.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
If it's okay with everyone, I just want to make a couple of brief remarks. I realize everyone's been here for an hour and a half already, and we do have people that are waiting, but I think it will help capsulize the points I want to make. We stand before you today with requests for modest increases in salaries for certain professionals within the law department. The requests we are making are not only to ensure the continued placement of the talented individuals that we are fortunate to have, but also to allow us to seek to attract the qualified professionals that we need in order to ensure the county's interests are well-served and protected every step of the way. As I think most of you know, earlier this year, we lost Senior Deputy County Attorney Conrad Pasquale to the private sector. Conrad had been with us for 8 years. He was highly respected, highly regarded across the board. And Conrad, like Connor McKiernan and Dan Ravo before him, left for positions in the private sector. And I can tell you categorically that all three of those gentlemen loved working for Putnam County. They were very happy with their colleagues and everyone they interacted with. But the reality was that they had young families and felt they needed to make a move in order to support their families financially. We are very cognizant of the fact that government salaries associated with government practice do not equate with that of the private sector. However, our research has indicated that currently the attorneys in the Putnam County Law Department are being paid less than their counterparts, some of their counterparts in neighboring counties. And unfortunately, we're finding it exceedingly difficult to not only retain the top-notch attorneys we do have, but also hire qualified attorneys from the outside to fill the vacant positions. We have made certain specific requests, and I'm just going to give you a couple lines on each that I will ask that you respectfully consider. For Senior Deputy County Attorney Anna Diaz, we are
Don't use the name. Yeah, no name.
Don't give name.
If you have,
I apologize.
if you have the book in front of you, there's a position number to the left, in the left column.
Okay.
And why don't you
Page 13, page 13 in the beginning.
Back to,
Where am I looking at? Just do it by line item, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here. So,
Is that this?
what page?
Third,
Oh,
I'm sorry, 12.
12 and
that was all.
Sorry,
That's
there we go, wrong page. Right here,
Right here.
right there.
Okay, so should,
Don't mention the name, just mention that.
10105.
okay. All right, so I think I got it. Sorry about that. Okay, so for position number 142010105.
Yep, the last three numbers are good enough, 105.
105, got it.
Yep.
Yep. We are seeking a $5,329 salary increase.
That's approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been recommended.
Okay.
105.
That goes to this number.
everything's been approved.
They're all been
Yeah,
approved.
are you in
Oh.
Okay.
it wasn't recommended, it was just put in the, put
Yeah,
in
we-
the tentative. It wasn't
So
requested.
Yes.
everything you requested.
Yeah, we-
is in- is in.
Okay.
Got everything you
Yes.
requested.
Okay, well,
If, I said if.
And more.
If.
okay. So for,
Make sure.
That position got a 3% COLA, and then another 5,329 added to it.
okay. So, all three-
Yep, all of these are exactly as written.
okay. So if those have all been approved, I
Yes.
will stand,
Rest your case.
I will stand mute.
Lawyer, a mute lawyer.
Sometimes you gotta know when
You
not to
you
talk.
have a vacant position for Senior Deputy County Attorney,
Yes,
That's this one that got.
which looks like
yes, that's,
there's a salary posted vacant, for some reason, there's a service date on there, I don't know why. It looks like it's 122,000 plus.
Plus, right.
Is that to attract,
that's exactly right, Chairman.
and you have somebody in mind?
That is there was a vacant position from when Conrad departed, and what we're seeking with the slight increase is to really attract the top-level municipal.
I think the salary adds up to about $128,000.
That's correct.
128,099.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's satisfactory to attract?
We believe so, yes. That would be our request, yeah.
That's the 122.
Any questions or discussion?
Just on that line or
Okay.
overall?
Whole page, right?
So, according to the catapult study, $103, deputy county attorney. Current salary is $95,000, requested is $98,000. Catapult study calls for an increase by 7%.
And that's in there.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's consistent.
103, 3,000.
3816?
Is that,
I think if you add the
That
proposed adjustment to it, I think you land at the right spot,
okay.
Yeah.
102,
right?
I don't know.
I'm doing all right.
That was quick.
Legislator Eleanor.
Just a real quick question, and I have no problems with that, with any of the numbers here. On our page 12, it does not appear as a requested, but it does appear on the variance report. That's all.
Are you talking about line 103 and 105?
105 is the only one I looked at. I have no problems with it. I'm just saying is it's shown in tentative, it's not shown in requested, and it is shown on the variance report. That's all.
Get used to that.
Okay. Good answer.
All right, so anybody have any questions for the law department? Looks like you got what you're looking for.
We very much.
You're happy, so you're happy?
Yes, thank you all.
Happy
Very good,
lawyer.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Happy suing.
I see we have OSR here.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good evening, welcome.
You spoiled us, Michelle.
75.
Thank you.
How appropriate OSR begins its page 75, page 75.
I think we can go in at 62, can't we, or 60? 60. I'm almost there.
I'm there.
Get out.
See you next week.
Stop.
Is there anything specifically you want to talk about, or an overview for the personnel in your budget?
Sure. I mean, we'll start off with, we got everything that we asked for, so no adjustments in regards to that.
Have a good night.
Start off on a high note. So the salary adjustment that came from that survey, catapult survey, so that was added in afterwards. There is we have reclassification to a senior account clerk, and then we have 2 increase of hours of office assistants.
It's an increase to 27 and a half. What were they?
25.
So 2.5 hours, what does that do?
So that's a half hour a day. So what happens is we, at 2 of our locations, our part-time office assistants were 27 and a half, and for whatever reason, the other 2 were only 25. So we want to bring them up, so all 4 office assistants are the same amount of hours.
Thank you, it's just an odd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that keeps them part-time.
Okay.
Yep.
Does anybody have any questions, comments? Well, thank you, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for your patience. All right. Health Department or Sheriff? Sheriff. I'm sorry about personnel. Adrian, I'm sorry, but I figure you have to be here. I think you have to be here anyway, so I'm not punishing you. I'm not doing the punishing. Sheriff, welcome. Under Sheriff,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
welcome.
What page?
Michelle, what page are we? 20. Once again, we went through this in protective. You're kind of thrown into this late in the game, so we're certainly empathetic.
I'll take your empathy at this point.
As long as you don't want it, if you don't want money, that's, you can have my empathy.
I'll take them both. I think everything's contractual changes. The one you will see, I'll ask Commissioner Carlin to help me, our finance manager, I believe. That's part of the consultant's report. You'll see that's I believe it's 15,000, right, Bill? Raise?
129.
129, correct, yep, 129.
I know you've only been down there for a couple of months. Is it a couple of months yet?
No.
No.
Not even.
August 22nd, so a month and a
We're
half.
going to round up to 2 months. But you're satisfied that that salary for that position
Yes.
is good?
Like I said, it's hard for me to really judge. That's why I counted on, Commissioner Carlin to help.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, we get it. Is there anything specific you'd like to talk about in the budget?
No, sir.
Legislator
With that
Crowley?
one, thank you. With that one, there was a secondary person just hired to assist that 129 line.
Okay.
So, just so we know that there's an additional cost to that as well from the secondary person.
Where is that in the budget?
What page?
23. Is that 108, right,
The-
on
the vacant
23?
108, the vacant position?
Correct. Yep, so,
But it was just a vacant, it was just a vacant position. It's not like it's not a new position.
No, it was a reclassification of,
right.
I think it was senior office assistant to principal account clerk is the new.
We never had, that wasn't, the 129 line was always by themselves, and now they have a secondary person working with them.
The other position was in civil.
Correct.
So that's going to administration?
I think we're going to have a reorganization at some point in the near future, and then we will be combining these together.
Okay. Bill, you have something?
Yes, the raise was contemplated, knowing that that was going to happen,
Thank you.
to say that.
Okay. Do the reorg after I'm out.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion from the legislature? Thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Have a good night.
You can stay if you want, you don't have to leave.
Yeah. Okay. We've got the Health Department. Sorry to keep you guys last, but I think you might be more involved. Or not.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Starts on page 40. Thank you, Michelle.
Very good.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Was not paying attention, as usual.
You want to give us an overview or what you requested, what you got, what you didn't get?
Sure. So I would say the majority of this evening's personnel requests are related to promoting succession planning for all divisions, in addition to ensuring continuity of services due to the number of retirements both pending and completed. We did submit 11 requests in totality, of which we got 7.5. I would say, at least based on my experience, that, that's relatively good, a relatively good sort of batting average, in that, at least in the 20 years that I've sort of interacted with budget requests, I've never gotten 100% of what was requested. So, while we certainly wanted to advocate for some growth in the department, that really didn't sort of happen as part of this budget cycle. I chose to sort of look at this as the glass half full, in that I think in terms of at least ranking and prioritizing some of those requests, I think the more substantial ones were fulfilled, where we had hoped we could create a more robust division around EPI. At least my understanding was that there were other considerations that were sort of made there. So I would say in totality, I think, we were relatively happy with where we ended up.
You have anything to add, Bill?
No.
My question, and I mentioned it earlier today, a year ago, we were sitting here and we put $60,000 in sub-contingency for the nurses. We expected there to be a salary study, which ended up growing into this catapult survey. We have $60,000 still sitting in sub-contingency, I presume for nurses that are still deserving of either a portion of or all of that money. What are we doing with that?
I'll have to defer to Bill Carlin.
Yeah, they're reallocated to take effect on January 1st. We were able to hire, I think it was 4 out of the 5. Bill?
So we currently, three out of 4.
3 out of 4. Yeah.
And what we did was we recruited at the highest step of the former grade. So they all came in at 88,000 plus. So we were able to fill 3 of the 4. The 4th one, by the way, was
Is
only
pending.
vacated, I think, the end of July.
Correct, and there's someone they're interviewing currently.
And it looks like we'll have somebody at that 4th step of the prior. What will happen is we are putting in the reallocation, and it's through the budget process. They'll all be moving to a higher grade level, 1 grade above. The senior, I believe, is moving to, is reclassified to a supervisor. And I think there's one other person that was reclassified from public health nurse Spanish speaking to public health nurse 2 Spanish speaking.
So you're going to have an additional supervisor?
One of the seniors is going to a supervisor level, but it's not a supervising public health nurse. The supervising public health nurse who was here earlier really oversees all of the nursing division, but more, I'll say, at an administrative level.
Correct.
Whereas the direct supervision is the person that got reclassified to the supervisor, public health nurse supervisor.
Okay, that's something that was needed.
Yeah.
I know I've chatted with Legislator Montgomery. I don't know if you have a comment on that.
Is that 1115 that
I
we're
don't
talking
think it's
about?
the same one that we're
That
talking
one was
about.
formerly senior. I can tell you that in a second.
115,
115, right?
senior public.
Yes, 115 on page 44. 44. Yep,
44, yeah.
the number is 115.
And the other one that was reclassified is the 114.
And is that a grade 24?
No,
No.
it's a grade 22.
22.
So why isn't it a grade 24?
Because it's not a supervising public health nurse, it's a nurse supervisor. So one is direct supervision, the other is sort of administratively handling all of the nursing programs.
Yes.
I'm trying to understand the difference between a public health nurse supervisor and a supervising public health nurse. That seems a little,
Yes, it is, but there's a
it's
very...
like the same thing.
No, it's not. They're very different. The supervising public health nurse oversees the whole program and all of the nursing programs, but doesn't do a lot of direct supervision with the nurses. That's done by the nurse supervisor.
So one does the program and the other one does the individuals.
And it's more direct supervision where the other
And
is less.
that's the difference between the grades.
Correct.
22 and 24.
Correct.
So, if I may, through the chair,
Yes.
I'm comparing right now as I have for the past, I just pulled up my notes these were from 2023. And during that time, in the environmental department, we had environmental health staff with the director of environmental health Director of Engineering, and 3 supervisory positions. So what we understand here, and it became really prevalent at the beginning of this meeting, is that we don't, historically even, we're not apprised of the budget issues that are removed before they come to us. And it's my understanding that for at least the past 3 years, requests have been made by senior health department employees for public health positions that have been cut over the years. So over the years, we cut our Director of Nursing Patient Services was eliminated. Supervising, we went down to 1 full-time supervising public health nurse. And then, the WIC program was cut, we lost that position. So over the years, many years, since like 2000, let's just say. So the money aside, I think it's important to consider all of these positions being removed, all of these programs, I think 12 in all, still in place. So they have currently 1 nursing supervisor employed by the Putnam County Health Department, supervising nursing programs, communicable disease investigation, enteric disease investigation, arthropods, tuberculosis control program, STDs, perinatal hepatitis B program. I'm not sure if we're still doing the COVID-19 program, the immunization program, the rabies control, the travel clinic program, the migrant clinic program, the school flu program that we had to put on hold this year because we didn't have the staff, the public health emergency preparedness, opioid overdose prevention program, lead poisoning program, maternal health, child find program, the death certificate review, the hepatitis C testing, counseling, children's camps, nursing inspections, chronic disease prevention, and outreach. I believe we did away with the home licensed care service. So for all that, we have 1 nursing supervisor, and there's been a request for the past many years for a nursing supervisor, not what we're calling it here, a different title, and to be upgraded to a grade 24. The engineering supervisor is a grade 25.
I would say that, yes, I think that's one of the issues we faced. I would love for there to be divisional lead parity. That's right. That's one of the sort of discussions we have ongoing because of the fact that, we have different divisions where those supervisors basically exist within different grades, which has caused concern. You're hearing one of them in terms of, engineers with their licensure being seen as being more attractive, and at least financially, at least in terms of the current setup. Some of these issues obviously predate, me. Part of what we were trying to do here was an attempt to try to create some additional parity amongst the divisional leads. I sort of took this as an incremental approach. We asked for a 24. We didn't get it. But we did get recognition. We got a compromise in terms of an upgrade to a 22. And the hope here is that this would be sort of that initial step to eventually get them there.
Oh, these are my notes, by the way. The reason I'm revising this as I'm reading, these are my notes from 2023, if I may just present that. And different from 2023, my concern is, and it's not just because I'm a Democrat and who we have at the helm of our National Health Department, but I feel public health remains very vulnerable from the top down. And there's an urgent need to rebuild our health infrastructure here in Putnam County. As you know, from hearing me for a lot of years, and I know you all didn't much agree, but the future of our public health issues for the health and safety of our residents depends on rebuilding this. And when I hear that you put in for 11 and got 9 or 7, I'm concerned. And this public health nursing supervisor, I know I've been advocating for years to be a step 24, to get the right title. I believe our current public health nursing supervisor, my notes say 41 years, but that was 2 years ago, so she's been here for 43 years, and I'm sure she wants to leave. And to only have one health nursing supervisor concerns me. And I do also have to point out that our engineering department is primarily male, and our nursing department is primarily female, and I'm just going to point that out there.
Legislator Birmingham.
Without saying anything else.
Yeah, no, I hear you. If I could to Bill, Carlin, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but this is an instance, and if I understood the director correctly, did your requested budget ask for a 24, a grade 24? Bill, and again, I'm not going to, or Paul, either one, yeah, because.
This is part of the civil service classification.
Okay.
So we looked at all the classifications. The appropriate classification here is for nurse supervisor. For the 5, I think, nurses underneath that individual.
Yes,
5 positions. And then the second supervisor is above those. So you really have, you have a senior, you have now a supervisor, and then the overall supervisor nurse. So there's 3 supervisors, and there's a total of 7 or 8 people in the group.
Well, it's actually 11,
So-
because you have to include the program assistants as well that fall under
They're not
nursing.
nurses.
Right, but they're being
Right.
supervised by a nurse.
Right.
All well and good. I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying.
Well, the point is that it's a civil service process. It's not just, hey, we want to throw somebody at a certain level.
Oh, I know.
We review the duties of the position. I will revert back to, what Legislator Montgomery was saying. The WIC program was privatized. The Certified Home Health Agency, when we had more like 18 nurses, that license was sold many, many years ago. I think it was in 2000.
8 years ago?
What's longer than
Was
that?
that WIC program?
No, not the WIC.
Oh, I was going to say, I had
WIC was
the
18.
I had the triples already, I
See-
knew that.
See, if I could
Yeah, it was probably
just,
16 or
if I could just get back to my point, I'm learning a lot from what you're saying. I really am, and it's helping me make an informed choice tonight, or not tonight, at some point next week. But my point in all that, you could be 100% right, and I could vote with you on that next week, for instance, as an example. But my point is that the requested budget, and just not the health department, let me just, if I could, the requested budget should be pristine. It should be presented to us as it's presented to the county exec. And this isn't you, because it goes beyond personnel. It probably goes to everything.
This one actually goes right to personnel.
It does, but if it goes in there and then it's changed in the tentative budget.
It's
With
not-
the explanation.
Nothing goes in as a new title and a reclassification until it has been classified by us.
Doesn't hit the requested budget till fall does it.
Right, and that's why maybe there was a desire to have 2 supervising public health nurses at grade 24, but looking at the structure and doing our work in classification, we come up with what the appropriate title is, and then that title with the appropriate grade level. All of the other reclassifications that you have in here were done exactly the same way as this one was done. So it wasn't like they requested in the budget to have a principal account clerk without us having gone through that and classified a principal account clerk.
But I just heard that the request from the department head in the formal decentralized budget, if I could finish, came in at a grade 24.
We came in for a classification request, and that does not go into the tentative until we have classified.
Well, of course, not in the tentative. Oh, no, I agree.
No, it's not even in the request.
Well, see, that I think is where the charter and the decentralized budget system disagree with. And again, I want to follow this public, civil service law, of course. But we should have the benefit of that education you're giving me now, and had we not heard that it was originally requested at a grade 24.
But not in the budget. It was requested to personnel to have another supervisor. We reviewed it, and we came with our recommendation that was then put into the budget.
Is that outside the, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it was outside the budget process. So there was a request for a reclassification before the budget process. So I'm understanding that.
Okay, if that's the case, it might be.
Go ahead.
If that's the case, that might be an exception to.
All of the ones that you have that list as reclassification do not go in as any title until we've classified. Section 22 of the Civil Service Law says the only authority to classify a position is in the Personnel Department.
Right.
The only place that you can establish the position is when it's funded by the funding body. But we don't put it in as a request unless we've classified it. All of these, we required everybody to submit all of these requests to us before anything was put into the budget.
So then, I'll rephrase the question, and maybe this is where the difference is. The official requested budget as part of our budget process, and Bill, you've been doing this how long? 30-something years? What was submitted as part of the official requested budget to the county executive? Was it the 22 or the 24?
Well, I think as Paul said, we did these requests and we had to work through personnel to
Yep.
get the correct titles, to correct everything. So
Right.
we thought we were asking for a 24. He corrected us on what he just said and brought it down to a
Because the
22.
two positions are very different.
I want to make sure that
Well, you know, I'm not an
legislative,
expert on that part of it.
Yeah, I know, but
does that, they're answering your question,
That's not a question, I'm not
or
questioning.
your concern, your concern.
Yeah, no, it doesn't address my concern. Why, for the past at least 4 years, has it not been corrected to what the request was of?
We didn't need correcting.
Well-
We didn't need to have 2 supervising public health nurses for 4 or 5 nurses. Doesn't make sense.
I don't believe that, I think they actually go out in the field also and do the hands-on work. It's not so much supervising nurses for 4 nurses, it's supervising those programs. They're not supervising just the 4 nurses, they're supervising how many programs did I just rattle off? That's what they're supervising.
And this question came up a couple of years ago, and I remember in several of them, there was listed, you listed like 20 of them. And there was one report that's submitted once a year. I mean, it's not like, we would have more nurses if we needed more nurses. The issue was filling the positions that we had.
Right.
Oh, well, what I know is that our nursing department, our health department is in need of being rebuilt. And this is what the people in the department are requesting. And they know nursing, they know how to supervise them, they know what's needed. And for some reason, for the past, it's, as long as I've been here, it's being blocked. Maybe they don't understand how to make the request for a grade 24? It's a complicated.
You don't request a grade 24. You fill out a form where you describe all of your duties. We classify that, and then that is allocated to whatever the appropriate grade is in the union contract. And some of the engineers are in a different contract, so it's not even at the same grade because it's a different contract.
Well, maybe they're so overworked that they, can't submit that form properly, but.
Yeah, but the review is done by personnel. The form is filled out, and now you do the review and work with the department head to determine what the function of the position is, correct?
That's correct. And when we had the CHOP, the Certified Home Health Agency, that license was sold years ago. The nurses went out and got a petition to keep the nursing, the CHOP. And the current supervising public health nurse stood in front of the legislature because she had gotten the petitions to have that. And she said in front, and if you can go back on the record and see this,
I was here.
she said, this is quite a long time ago.
I was on the town board and I was fighting for the CHOP.
Okay. And they came back, they were on the committee to review how to best handle whether the service should be a county service or it should be privatized. The current supervising public health nurse stood up and said, I have to eat my words. This is a better way to serve the people in Putnam County. And you can go back on the record and read that. And they were part of the whole process of moving the CHA and selling the license for the CHA.
Okay. I'm going to leave it to the director. If there's something you want to advocate for, we have budget and finance, and you can come back and send us an email. You know, if there's something that you would like to see adjusted, I'd certainly be open to bringing up at budget and finance. Okay, and please keep, you know, what Legislator Montgomery is saying. I understand, having been employed in government for so long, understand what the classifications are, and sometimes the employee thinks that their scope is different than what it actually is, and that sounds like what's going on here. But I certainly would prefer to leave it in your hands right now. And I understand what Mr. Eldridge is getting
If I
at.
may, that somebody who's been here for 43 years, working as a nurse in the health department, understands far better, I'm sorry, than even the director and the personnel director of what the scope of their work is.
But I think
Having
that-
seen them come in the middle of the night to my house to change a bandage on a patient.
Okay.
They don't do that anymore.
Well, they have, and that's the kind of people that we have. That's, I'm not saying they have now, but
Once again, I'm open-
those
I'm
are the
open-
kind of people that we have employed here. And I think they understand their work far better.
Well, I've been here 50 years.
Okay, not in the nursing department.
I am-
I was here even when she got hired.
Maybe they can have a conversation with this person, particular person.
I'm not talking about the CHA now. I'm not.
Those are the people
Let me say,
Maybe- What I would encourage,
through the chair, I would.
Those people are still here.
all right,
Some of those people are still working for us.
I'm going to recognize Legislator Adenizio.
Yes, thank you. Maybe this particular person, 115, I'm not mentioning names, can have a conversation with you before the next meeting,
Absolutely.
okay? Because they're at the step 22, maybe they come in and speak and maybe talk about what they,
We do that process. That's our process.
but did you, I'm saying now, from now until budget and finance, can they come in? and
Thanks.
s-
They always have the right.
Okay, so maybe there's a discrepancy somewhere. Okay?
Legislator Elner.
Thank you.
Hi, up to Paul. Is this grading subjective, or is there a pretty black and white setup, which is going to say the variation between a 22, a 23, a 24?
Like I said before, it's an art, not a science, but you have.
It is an art, not a science, so it is subjective.
It's
Yes, that's
subjective
one.
to some degree, but you don't put something at the same level as some, you know, two people doing two different things at the same level.
I didn't,
You know, so the two positions are very different.
Okay. And these are union, not management positions. Thank you.
CSEA.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in most other counties, the supervising nurse is management.
Right. Why is that not the case here?
Because for years, decades, it's been in the union contract. And that individual typically is one of the top 10 or 15 earners of all the county employees.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
So, yeah, I would just like to add, I mean, if we're going to base this on workload, there is certainly sufficient workload available to warrant and support having two nurse supervisors. And the way we sort of look at it internally is, you know, one is administrative and one is clinical. We also have 3 new nurses and may have a 4th coming on soon. None of them have worked in public health, right? So they all have great clinical experience, but public health nurses are very unique in terms of their work performance. So just the learning curve associated with that is going to require a lot of time and training. So, you know, where I saw this sort of as a compromise, which obviously, you know, this doesn't seem like it is, right? And my hope was that eventually I would love to get there, where we have both the supervisor nurses sort of delineated between clinical work as well as the administrative work. There's certainly, if you just want to base it on workload and stay, you know, away from how things get categorized within the union contract, there is sufficient work to go around to warrant and support having both these nurse supervisors.
Okay. Director Rodriguez, would you please have a conversation with Director Eldridge between now and Budget and Finance?
I'd be happy to.
Okay, and then please report back to us with an email, and we're happy to, we just want to be fair to everybody.
Understood.
Any other discussion with the Health Department? Do you have anything else you want to add, other than?
we're good with it.
You don't want to hang out anymore, Bill? No Yankee game tonight?
Go.
All right. All right, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bill, do you have anything you want to do for the finance department? Do you want to go through it?
What do you want to do? I'm here to the bitter end, so you...
Well, no, I mean, do you want to,
Till Friday.
Yeah.
right, I just want to make sure. We're down to personnel and finance and auditing.
Yep. And Brett.
In the back. let's go for Friday.
Well, I can do it by my head, but what do you need?
But we can't, we need help, Bill. What's finance? 5. A lot of salary adjustments.
There are. I came into a situation, and I'm doing my best to help correct it. The biggest thing in there, the biggest piece of that is a new accountant position that was requested and granted. 5.
Page 5.
So we're adding a new position, accountant.
We need to strengthen the back room in finance. We fell a little short this year with our audit, but we're cleaning that up, and it will be done, as you know. And this new position will help alleviate a lot of those problems.
I see everything you requested, you got, and then some.
Yes.
They must really like you.
I don't know, well, they're like the next commissioner. I'm not doing this for me, this is for the office going forward.
Yeah, that would be good if we could do that for all our departments.
Well, I think we do.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We can agree to disagree.
Any discussion about the finance office? Yes.
Sure.
Are you here representing other departments, DPW, IT? and
I
planning?
can, yes, I'm here representing everybody.
We haven't covered them, and I.
That's all right.
everybody here, so I
I'm
just
here.
wanted to make sure.
But I
You have a
would go
question
back
for
and-
DPW?
I just didn't know if I
No.
had missed something,
If they're not here, I'm not bringing them up.
obviously.
No, but I can answer any questions you have in the
Well, if
budget.
you have questions, he's going to answer them.
I'm gonna answer.
I'd like to go through DPW, IT, and planning to just look at the pages. So Michelle, if you can, should you DPW first?
Sure, I can handle
Go ahead.
a lot of the
What question do you
management
have?
stuff, and I'll call on
I
Paul.
just wanna look.
He can answer the civil service and CSEA stuff.
What page is that?
DPW? Michelle? Thank you. Thank you, Chair. 15?
60 or 16?
15, 1-5.
15 is nothing. One salary adjustment.
Wait a minute.
Is that
17.
Yes, that,
15, that was to respective to the,
Commissioner.
no, I'm not allowed to say who it is.
No, I didn't, I just said the title.
Okay. Come on.
I don't know.
Respective
I
to
can say that, right?
I have to look that one up.
Correct.
I just want to, okay, so I don't want to ask that question. So we have, that's DPW. We have highways, utilities. is the next page.
Where's Soil and Water?
Yep, that's, we have all these to cover, and I'm kind of upset that the department heads aren't here to talk about it.
17 was catapult supported, and that is the park superintendent.
Yep.
Where's Soil and Water, Bill?
Oh, hold on, I have IT and then planning.
What page is IT?
I don't know, so I'm asking IT.
I mean, this is,
Soil and Water is.
we're expected to go through the budget before tonight.
I understand that.
So if you have a question, you should have it prepared for him and not just
Everything was
scan.
prepared for us to begin with, so let's just talk about it. I mean, there are department heads that should be here to talk about their own salaries, and their salary adjustments are in
No.
here, and
But if
they're
they're
not
not
No.
here, we
represented.
can't talk
No.
about it.
I would respectfully request that and Paul, as part of the administration, would talk about department head salaries and not put them in a position to talk about themselves.
No, I'm
Yes.
not talking about department heads, but there's other people on their
Yes.
behalf that they should be advocating for, correct?
Right, well, that's true, and they did get everything that they asked for. That was catapult supported. I can tell you in IT, there were 3 positions in there that were very low. It's very hard to recruit and retain IT professionals, so those adjustments were made.
IT is 19.
19, there were 2, yeah, the 3 Puma positions are the IT specialist positions, Paul?
That's correct.
Yep, and the one management was the director.
There was one that was an IT specialist that was below even the minimum.
Yes.
Recommended by Catapult, so we
Right.
moved that person to the minimum, and it's a fairly large increase to bring him to the minimum.
Yeah, I see that. So I think that's perfect. That's about.
Come up and join me.
So why was this position lagging for so long?
The person had been an intern and kind of grew up with us a little bit. The pilot program?
Yeah.
And, we were able to recruit them to be an IT specialist. They were a trainee initially, and so they're kind of progressing, and they've got a couple of years under their belt now, and with the Catapult survey, we wanted to bring them at least to the minimum that Catapult recommended.
Okay, still seems like it's very low.
They are, it's not,
And you'd rather somebody who could advocate for them.
yeah.
And that's also too, how long have they been? They've been here for a while, you said?
Let's see.
2024? Is that 20?
Yeah, once here for 5 5.5 years.
1, 2, 3.
Three.
1, 2, 3.
2024, it says it
Oh, yeah,
in the
2024,
service
so
date.
yeah. So they're still paying a
Right.
lot
Yep.
in their
Yeah.
insurance and,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yep.
they're not making anything really. So is this?
Well, the insurance will go
is this
down.
appropriate?
We think,
Realistically?
we think so.
To retain and hold on to somebody?
Well, so far so good. The folks that you see here, the most recent one was that intern that accepted the position. And, Tom is teaching them, so I think they're,
Just seems on the low side for cyber or IT, usually that's a higher end of pay scale. Yeah, this doesn't seem right.
well, they're all within the grades of the Catapult.
Right.
I know, it just doesn't
I know.
seem very low for what they're doing.
And if
all
there
the
are any-
securities and everything else that goes along with the job, it just seems, and looking at,
And any particular
That's-
concerns you can
it's
address
up to-
with
It's
with
up to the department
or-
head.
Yeah.
If it's low, the department head will come forward and, if he's got a concern about retaining this employee who's been here for a year, I'm sure,
Well, he's very happy, and
Yeah.
they're both satisfied.
yeah. Anything else?
after IT, but legislator, I don't know.
Mr. Chairman, I had a question to both Paul and Bill here, is I see that there's a separate soil and water conservation district manager. Why is that not in DPW?
What page are you on?
I'm on page 87.
Is it a split? It might be a split.
Well, that's exactly where I'm going.
The soil and water,
Yeah.
I think it was put best the other night. We left everything as it was. I know that you have work to do in terms of the ultimate disposition of soil and water. It's in two places in the charter, which is also confusing. So, for now, we left the budget as it is, and as you get into the future years, as we discussed the other evening when we did the budget body, it's going to be for the board to amend when you come up with an ultimate disposition, if you decide to do so.
Okay.
Right, but
Mr. Yaris has a comment. I saw you have your hand up.
If I may, before Mr.
Yes.
Yaris comments.
Yeah, sure.
Where my concern stems is this position in the prior year was funded with soil and water.
No, the podium, please.
With soil and water Part C funds. This year, the Soil and Water Board has not voted to allow those Part C funds. So what my question is, I believe this should be funded 100% under DPW.
I'll leave that to Commissioner
Yeah,
Finance.
This is funded the same way it was, but it's funded by Part A funds, not Part C funds, the 60,000.
But again, the board has
Mr.
not.
Yaris,
So, we were here before the Physical Services Committee to discuss this. Just what I'm not seeing, I don't have this book, I only have what's online, so I can't see the individual lines and stuff. But I haven't seen anywhere in the budget that is publicly available where it's designated that the Part A funds are not county funds. We haven't even received them yet, we haven't even voted on this yet. I'm not implying that we wouldn't vote on this, we have every time it's come up. But it's being presented in the budget as if this is already an allocated revenue for the county that's then going to a salary that we haven't even.
Bill, can you speak to that, please?
Yeah, yes, it is. It has been every year, and the budget does forecast that it will be the offset again, and it's on the revenue and the soil and water budget on page, it's 8745, I believe.
And that definitely is in the budget, but all I'm
Yes,
saying is that.
that is in the budget.
The distinction is
Yeah.
that that's an assumption
Line
that
two,
a
page
separate
249.
legislative body, the independent board, hasn't even voted on.
we're talking personnel tonight.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about funding for,
For our district manager.
but he said he's got the funding in place.
Yes, the funding is in place the same way it's always been.
Which
And
is
if you
not
change-
correct.
And if you make changes, well, it
I'm not.
depends what you mean by not correct, but I get your point. But whatever you ultimately determine is the way you go, the budget will be amended accordingly.
Thank you.
The Part A funds are earmarked from the state direct to the district. And this is not to refute anything Commissioner Cronin is saying, he's right, this is the way it's always been done. I just want to make it very clear that those funds are earmarked to the district board from the state, not the county. And we as a board, as a district board, a legislative body, have not yet even voted on this. And I'm not saying we're not going to vote on this, we have to. But all I'm saying is this position, without naming any names, he is the district manager under the purview of the district board, per the law. And so all I'm saying is the way the budget is being presented to you, as if this is a county employee with county revenue funding the salary, and that's just not the case. So I just wanted, we had talked about this.
But the district isn't going to pay him.
No, we are. And those funds are.
No, the county, he gets his paycheck from the county.
He gets it subsidized, but he gets it.
I understand it, but the check comes to his check comes from the county, so it's a pass-through to the county.
That we have to vote on to release the funds.
Right, and that's, right,
You have
that's.
the 800,000, that's that line?
No, that's Part C funds. That's a whole
That's the
different.
Part
Right,
C,
but that,
okay.
that's a process outside of this process. Am I
Correct.
saying that right?
All I'm saying, Legislator Yonke, and you're right, all I'm saying is that process through our district board has not even occurred yet. And the way the budget is being presented to you is as if it has, and it has not.
Well, if it changes, it changes.
Right.
There's a lot in here that's
Right.
never going to happen.
Believe me, I've
Right.
done enough of these to understand how that
Yeah.
process works. All I'm saying.
By November 1st,
They're gonna
pencils
be-
down.
Yeah, yeah. So we get it.
This is something we had said last time that we were gonna continue the discussion on. I just wanna make sure we do that, because obviously this is a bit of a confusing process.
We get it.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Any other questions? What do you want to do next?
We did planning, I think I covered. We did planning,
Become part of DPW.
and then switched out of planning.
It was
Under planning when-
a year?
Years ago.
2 years ago?
Was there.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I first came in, it was under, it was
Lori,
under.
Yeah.
Lori Teller was.
Planning.
Yeah.
It was under planning.
We'll-
And it was also there when
Yeah.
Tamani was
Right.
there.
Yeah,
But Lori was.
Lori Taylor.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I wa-
So when I first came in, that's when I took.
Okay. I'd like to keep the meeting going.
Yeah, that's a
Let's stick to personnel. Does anybody have anything, we still have personnel to get to. We have auditing department.
Page 13.
Page,
What page?
well, I want, if any legislator has anything outside of these pages that they We're 13, we'll do personnel. Thank you, Michelle. Poor Adrian has not had a chance to contribute tonight. Now's your chance.
That's it.
Don't mess it up.
You got it. You have the floor.
Oh, I have.
When they ask you
Okay.
questions.
Anything you'd like to bring forward? I see there's at least 2 reclasses here.
So we have a reclassification for position, it's 10105. This is from confidential secretary to office manager. And in looking at the duties of this individual, it extends far beyond confidential secretary. She fields questions, from departments, staff, does so much. She deals with highly confidential information, and we feel like it's more, suitable for an office manager.
She took the exam and she's on the list.
Right. And then we also have a reclassification for personnel assistant, and this individual is just our utility person. She does everything. She orders exams, she holds exams, she meets with non-county agencies, county departments. There's just so much that she does. She's also going to be helping us with our benefits administration and taking over a lot of those functions as well. So for that reason, it's more in line with a personnel specialist position. We also have 3 new employees, one with just over a year and the other 6 months and just a few months, maybe 3 months. So, we really rely heavily on our staff to help catch them up
Yeah.
to speed. And
They're also training those folks.
yeah, absolutely. And then just some slight salary increases for position 10106, and that is consistent with the Catapult survey. It's a slight increase for this individual, and also to help preserve the salary structure that we have in the department. And there's also our senior personnel specialist, which includes a slight, salary increase for her as well.
And you have one new employee proposed.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Did not make the cut.
It was,
That was my
there's a-
point from before. I didn't get everything.
Sorry.
That's why.
Right. It was a wish list item.
Okay. Are we okay with that?
Yeah, the most important thing was to move people appropriately. Sometimes when you move somebody from CSEA to Puma or to management, it's tough to slot them in at an appropriate level because, the CSEA levels are pretty high. But we worked it out to do that, and the county exec supported that, so that was the most important thing to us.
Okay. Yes.
Paul and Adrian, I'm seeing on the variance sheet here that you had requested 2 pay increases, but it's not showing up on the budget sheet, and they were not fully granted, and I just want to understand why. Again, we're beating to dead horse.
What number?
What number, Greg?
Personnel specialists. 10106, 10108. According to this,
They were granted.
there were,
They were granted.
but there were variances here, is what I'm saying. Is according to this report, okay, there was a difference between the proposed increase, and that's what I'm trying to get, because it's not here on this sheet. I want to know what was asked and exactly what was granted, and this sheet can be a bit confusing.
Again, I think it's the 3% COLA that's causing the confusion.
Oh, maybe, yeah. This is after the COLA.
What is this sheet?
About 2/3 of the way down.
Right.
2 personnel specialists and a senior personnel specialist. I'm just trying to understand what was the actual ask and what was the grant. And then those numbers look,
The requested is what was requested, and tenant is what was intended. What is this?
Yeah, I don't,
I don't know what he's referring to.
all right.
Right. Again, it's a 3% COLA, but there is no variance. It's
Well,
what he
one of-
requested is what he got.
My
That's why
takeaway,
it's not on the variance report. Or
my
it shouldn't be.
takeaway from this is that you have an employee who started in 1977 in your office?
I have no idea who that is.
That's when I was born.
Do you know who that is?
There's one from 1976 in
Yeah.
DPW.
No way. Well, I can't talk about it, it's in DPW, but every budget
76.
season, I would look to see who the longest serving employee is, and this year, you're at 50 years this year, or next year.
Wow.
So, I think,
Wow.
Bill, when you started, I think.
Time to hang it up.
A baby. Compared to this guy, I'm a rookie.
Carlin's closing in,
I
though.
remember seeing people starting in the 50s.
I know, there's a lot of people tell me that.
Anything else for
How
personnel?
about you?
This isn't the variance.
Anything else for personnel? Thank you. Adrian did a great job.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to do auditing department. Michelle, what page are you?
I gotta check this out. I don't think that's true.
Okay. I'd like to have a discussion because Yep. Oh, page 6. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because the county executive can't adjust our request, any raises for, or any changes are made into they're put into sub-contingency.
I won't correct you because you're correct. I said correct you if you're wrong, but you are correct.
Thank you, Bill. It's the nicest thing you've said to me in a long time. So what I would like to do is I'd like to make some adjustments because I did review the catapult study. For position 101 in auditing, I would like to make a request that we adjust that salary based on the catapult study. The midpoint for that position is $149,825. I'd like to round it to $150,000. Can we have a discussion on that?
Well, there were two things in sub-contingency, remember?
Well,
So I don't know.
all right, the first order of business is I'd like to make a motion to take the money out of sub-contingency. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so we've got the money out of sub-contingency. Now I'd like, it's the money that's in the budget.
Okay.
All right? But based on the catapult study, I would like to make a motion to increase the 101 position to $150,000. Discussion on that? This person does a fantastic job, as demonstrated even tonight.
Their budget.
Did they, I should have looked at catapult study more recently. Did they say that the, oh my gosh, Bill's position as finance commissioner should be equal to
County attorney.
county auditor?
County attorney.
I don't
No.
recall.
I've done both.
No, even Michelle says, even the auditor says no. So, but I'd like to make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Adnezio?
Yes.
Legislator Goldman?
Yes.
Chairman Yelsey?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Position 102, These are all based off the midpoints of the catapult study. Right now, the proposed salary is 86,000. I'd like to make it 87,000, because the midpoint of the catapult study, this is somebody who's been here for almost 20 years. I'd like to make that the motion to position 102 in the...
102, it's
in-
76.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at a proposed, I'd like to move that to $87,000. Discussion on that?
And you're basing this on the catapult study,
Yes,
correct?
and the
Okay.
midpoints of the catapult study.
It's a midpoint. Mhm.
Yep. It's a little, it's $400 and change more than the midpoint. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Advisio?
yes.
Legislator Goldman?
Yes.
Chairman Narman?
Yes. Okay, and then the next one is position 103 in the auditor's office. The tentative number came in at 113. I would like to, based on the catapult study, move that to $127,000. The midpoint, according to the study, is $126,702, so it's $298 higher than the midpoint. This is an employee who's been here for 26 years. So I'd like to make a motion, if there's any discussion on that, I'd like to make a motion to bring that to $127,000. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Advisio?
yes.
Legislator Goldman?
Yes.
Chairman Narman?
Yes. Thank you. The only last order of business I'd like to come to, for me, the legislative page, page 1. It is employee 113. According to the catapult study, that position should be at a midpoint of 86,539,
Which position?
113.
Okay.
I would like to make a motion to move that to $87,000 based on the catapult study. Any discussion on that? So I'll make a motion. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call vote, please.
Legislator Advisio?
yes.
Legislator Goldman?
Yes.
Chairman Narman?
Yes. Thank you. Does anyone have anything else that they'd like to discuss about the personnel budget?
Yes, just clarification, out of sub-contingency, there was also a PIO stipend? No, only one.
Right?
There's one there, we left it in sub-contingency because it's currently in sub-contingency for this year. And I'm wondering is that money still in sub-contingency?
It hasn't been moved. As far as I
just
know.
want to make sure we only moved the portion
We only
to
moved,
the auditor.
we only moved the auditor's
Got it, okay.
department.
No, I just wanted to make sure of that, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Does anyone else have anything? Yes.
Back to, we're leading up to budget and finance and making some difficult decisions and understanding this better. So with that, based on the discussion we had on the nursing department, I'd like to see, I don't know if it's online, I usually go online and look, what the grade 22 job description is and the grade 24 job description is.
There's lots of titles in those grades, so yes, for that particular.
Yeah, I mean,
title,
like
sure.
we just, for
Yeah.
the personnel department, we understand from Adrian that
It's just a job description.
this
Right,
person,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
but
job spec.
despite the job description, as we heard from the personnel department, a description of how much more the person
Yeah,
is doing.
that's fair. Yep. Can you
Well, we heard
do
from
that
the
without,
Personnel department too, just now, too.
can you do that just based on a verbal request, or do you want us to follow up with an email tomorrow? We'll follow up anyway,
if you want to, it's fine.
if, Beth, if you could just make a note.
And another thing I'll follow up with, I came in late in August And I was in the impression that no manager would ask for no COLA increase. So I did put that in the requested, as we discussed tonight. I thought it was a given that the COLA would be in there. So the $15,000 adjustment, you still get to that number, but the 3% is in the COLA, and the difference is the adjustment. And maybe I did not explain that well enough. this
Subtracting the
evening.
COLA. You're talking about subtracting the COLA
Right,
from the 15.
exactly. But if
Okay.
you would like a report that shows the requested and the requested, and then the 15,000 below, I could do that too.
Would you like
Well,
that?
On that point, I think what would be, the way I'm used to seeing it, and again, I've been out for 12 years, is we would see the 15,000.
Right.
And then it would be, in the request.
Right.
And then in the tentative, it could be 15, or it could be the
Right.
difference between, but we wouldn't know, under the way this was presented, we don't know, and as you said, not all department heads are aware. Unless we ask a department head, what did you request? We wouldn't have known that they requested.
Right, then, look, you would know by backing out the COLA. But even so, I can
No,
back up the
no,
COLA.
we wouldn't know.
Take the 1010 position in LGU.
Right.
You know who that is, right? Or
Yep.
what position it is. That went from, I think, one number and stayed that number with the 3%, and then went up 3%.
Right.
Under what you just said, it could have been more, and the difference could have been the COLA. It doubled the COLA in essence.
Right, but it would be below.
It would have
Everything
been
with the
below, yes,
manager,
it would have-
yes.
No. But still, we wouldn't have known.
Right.
Even in the below line, it didn't say, and going back to the other example, it didn't say 15,000. And that's what we used to have. And that way, we'd say, okay, the county, and going back to Bob or Mary Ellen a couple of years, the county executive, you wanted 15,000, they only gave you 13,000 or
Right.
10,000. And we would get an explanation by saying, yes, we went down, but keep in mind, on this other line, they're also getting a 3% COLA.
Right.
It was all transparent to us, or obvious to us. Here, we have to kind of pull it out, not pull it out,
Right.
everybody's full, right, but it's different, is my point. And the resolution we passed in June says that it has to be what the department heads request. And what you do with that afterwards, COLA or 0% raises or whatever, we would see and discuss that, but here we didn't have that opportunity. And I just don't know if there's other positions here where I don't know about it. I can't go through each, I can, but. I mean,
Yeah, there isn't. But,
I believe, but, and I wouldn't insult if I said I
Right.
did, like, but I want to see it. And the public, well, actually, the public can't see that part of it, but I want to see it.
Sure.
So that we can ask those questions.
then I will give you a report that shows that.
And I know you won't be here next year, but I want to see it in.
Don't bet on that.
I want to see it in the.
Oh, you can bet on that.
Presented budget, because that's where we can have the healthy discussions about, well, the department head wanted this, and the county executive wanted that, and there's good reasons for that. Paul gave me a lot of good reasons why we can't talk about, why we can't have the grades given by departments and learn something. But at least we have the discussion, and we used to have that discussion. Something changed with the last 12 years. So that's it.
Okay. Anyone, Legislator Elner?
Yeah, just some clarification here. In the legislative budget, I see that we have council lines, but they're listed as part-time. I'm just throwing it out there to make this more attractive. Do you think that we should offer this as less than full-time? Because then there's a benefit package associated with it.
How does everybody feel about it?
You want to say it's at least 30 hours a week then?
It's not in that way now.
Correct.
Just
It's
as
listed as
part-time.
part-time, and I'm just throwing it out there so everybody knows and can make what they feel is an appropriate decision.
Would that make them an employee rather than, well, this is an
Yeah,
employee
this is,
anyway.
They are
this would be an
employees.
employee, sure.
Yeah.
But to be eligible for most of the management benefits, they have to have 30 hours.
Right, but to be clear, there's proposed to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, 2 councils, part-time, no benefits, so that'd be less than 30 hours. That's what was
I think
presented
that's
to
what
me.
was presented, the chair presented.
And that is what is reflected in this budget.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, for me, as chair, I was comfortable with that. You know, we can, and you all have the opportunity, of course, to weigh in on that, but I think for the coming year, we can see how that goes. You know, if we're having trouble with that positions, we can re-examine that in another budget. But that's up to y'all.
Nancy, how do you feel?
Discussion. You're gonna ask that question? Sorry.
You don't want to ask me that right now.
But we can always have it, you can think
Yeah.
about it before Budget and Finance and make a motion at that point in time. We can have that discussion.
If you
It
had
doesn't have to
30
be
hours, I
tonight.
think you'd have trouble getting somebody for that.
Yeah. Yes.
I think you'd have trouble that somebody would, dedicate 30 hours.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Maybe, the majority would.
That's something we can take up.
I mean, does it have to be a dedicated number of hours? Can it be this is a stipend for, doesn't have.
Salary. It's not a stipend, it's salary.
So, wasn't it always in our budget as a contract?
Yes. Well, not always, no.
So it has to.
That's an employee.
Clem Van Ross.
Previously, that was Clem.
Clem Van Ross.
And
Yeah.
then when
He was an
our
employee.
Subsequent legislative council came in, it was a contract, and we had troubles with the contract. That was.
And if
with
we
the
go
law
back to a contract, we'd be under the jurisdiction of the law
The
department.
law department would tell you who your attorney's going to be.
Which is what we're doing this year, which is what we've done this year.
Mhm.
Yeah. You don't want that.
I have someone on my payroll, no, I'm kidding.
Any other discussion?
I mean, you think I don't know.
I'll make a motion.
Just one question. You were going to get us the EOA?
Yes. Yep. I have a conversation tomorrow with Alan. I'll make sure I can release it in what form I can release it. The last step, as far as I know, is waiting for the attorney conference, which is a process you're very familiar with. We're really after them to get it done, and if I can give it to you draft, if it's confidential, it'll be confidential. If it can be released totally, it'll be released totally, but either way, I'll get it to you.
It's a good tool for us.
Yep, sure.
Before I make the motion to close, this is my last budget meeting as a chair of a committee. I want to thank both of you. Bill, I know you a very, very long time. Paul, I actually know you a very, very long time, and it's been a real pleasure, and I have the greatest respect for both of you, even though we may have butted heads, and, no, really, it's from my heart. I mean...
Will hurt.
Got a big head. No,
We went to school together.
We went to
We're always
school,
out.
junior high school together, so, yeah.
See you at the 50th.
Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, great respect for both of you. Thank you very much for the 9 years that I've gotten to serve with both of you, and it's really been a learning experience for me, and I just wanted to acknowledge my thanks to both of you. So with that, I'm going to make
feeling is
a
mutual.
motion to close? Yeah.
Motion to
Motion to close.
Motion to
Do I- All in favor? Aye.